While it's back to school today for New York City students, many suburban districts are returning to remote learning because of COVID-19 concerns. That's the case in Newark, New Jersey, the state's largest district. A dramatic increase in COVID-19 cases prompted the district to make the difficult decision last week. Newark schools began remote learning today. Students are expected to stay home until January 18th. Last month, the district reported 750 positive cases among students and 507 among school staff. Most of those cases occurred in December. And just today, the city of Newark reported more than 1,000 newly confirmed cases of COVID-19. Now, let's talk more about this. Joining me is Roger Leone, Newark's Superintendent of Schools, and he's worked in the district for 25 years, both as a teacher and an administrator and as a proud graduate of Newark Public Schools. We can't forget to say that, Superintendent. Welcome. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Not an easy decision for you, right? Tough call. Tell us about your thinking.
That's absolutely difficult. One of the most complicated events for a superintendent is to actually deem a school closed, needless to say, a whole entire school district, which is what we decided to in fact do. The days leading up to winter break showed a spike and surge in numbers that we had not seen before. Literally the 16th, 17th, 20th, 21st, like a wave of numbers, not indicative of any outbreaks. It just began to show in schools after schools throughout the district.
Tell me, just give us a size picture here, big picture. How many students, how many schools, how many staff members are we talking about to make up the full Newark school district?
Yeah, so the school district of Newark has little over 37,000 students across 64 schools. That encompasses actually 70 buildings. So we have elementary schools, high schools, a couple of specialized schools, and some early childhood centers. So total staff members, our teaching pool is about 3,000 teachers. The entire organization is about 8,300 employees.
Okay, so what about testing? Had you ever done that where you test the students at school or require it?
Absolutely. So we began our testing strategy in April of 2021 when students actually returned back to in-person instruction. That continued until June. And then obviously we started a strategy to test our students again sometime into the early fall. And that has continued obviously into this part of the new year.
You know, when we went through this last time, last year, and the learning at home and just the, you know, for these families, working parents, equipment issues, are they going to be learning what they need to learn? Are they going to be behind when they go back? What's happening during this temporary period?
So about a week before winter break, we began to take some precautionary measures in the district and then begin to inform staff of different strategies that we wanted to deploy, knowing that preparing for remote instruction was the last thing that we would ever want to actually have to activate, but that we actually began to do that planning 2 weeks in. The week leading to spring break, I did notify the families that this may be a reality that we were hoping not to see again. And so we wanted to make sure that the homes were readying to make sure that kitchens or bedrooms, living rooms that had at one point in time become part of classrooms in our children's homes, that parents would prepare for that. In fact, again.
And we know also another part of every school district is the government providing of school breakfasts and lunches. How do you feed the children who depend on this if they're not going to the buildings?
So I did activate our meal distribution sites. They were opened today, feeding our students across designated schools in the district.
January 18th, hard date. How do you decide? What science, what factors of your staff and students and their health are you taking into account to decide if that's going to be the day?
So we're monitoring the numbers daily. We've incubated a 2-week time period, if you will, where we've mandated testing again of our instructional staff as well as all staff members during this week. That will help us in being really prepared to let everyone know that the 18th is a hard date. So we're looking forward to being able to clearly announce that everyone should plan with the idea that students would be back in person on the 18th of January.
We will keep an eye on your website and keep in touch with you in your office. And we wish the students and staff members well who have COVID, and of course those who are studying at home. We know they're used to it, but they don't want to be used to it. You know, we know they want to see their friends and learn in person. So thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. For more information about the Newark City School District's remote plans, go to our website, cbsnewyork.com.